Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. I'm doing a little bit of a different video today. I thought that I would just take you through step by step my current favourite makeup routine along with just answering some questions. I put a question box up on my Instagram the other day. Just any questions you had for me. I wanted to make this as least fitnessy as possible and more of just like girly chats and just a little bit of a Q&A. I don't really do these often, so if anybody is new here, hopefully you can get to know me a little bit better in this video. I know that most of my videos are like kind of fitness related, so sometimes it's nice to just do ones that are not fitness related at all and a little bit more personal. So let's see what people were asking me. I'm gonna put some clips in my hair just to get my hair out of the way. I have been traveling to London quite a lot recently. I was literally just there 2 days ago. All of my makeup is just in my makeup bag and I didn't really see any point in taking it all out because I go back to London in 2 days. So I'm just going to leave it all in this bag, and to be honest, this is all of my holy grail. So everything in here is stuff that I basically use whenever I do my makeup. So me and Anton are actually going into town today. We're just going to do a little bit of shopping and then I think we might be going out for dinner tonight, maybe. I'm not sure if we haven't booked anywhere, but we can always find somewhere. It's a bit of a gloomy day in Manchester today, which is not ideal because it is June. But anyway, let's not cry about it. How are you guys? I hope you are all well. What was my last video? Oh, my last video was the event in London. Hope you enjoyed that if you did watch it. Guys, today is a big deal because this is the last YouTube video for a long while, hopefully, anyway, that you're gonna see me with hair extensions. I'm getting them out, guys. I decided to take the leap. It's literally not that deep. I don't know why I'm acting like it's really deep. I'm a little nervous. I'm actually really nervous because ever since having my extensions put in, I feel like it's given me like so much confidence. Like my natural hair, I'm not the biggest fan of. Like I'm quite self-conscious of it, and I feel like I will be even more so after having these extensions in. So we'll see, but I'm getting them out next week. I just want to like let my hair and my head breathe. I really want to try and grow my natural hair as well. So obviously you can only do so much with growing your natural hair with extensions in. My natural hair by all means isn't like absolutely terrible. It's just really thin. So I'm really going to try and work on obviously making it thicker. I've bought loads of different things for like my scalp, also like masks and stuff, so I'll keep you updated with that. But yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. The next video you'll see me, I will have them out. I'm kind of curious as to the condition of my hair without them, to be honest, because whenever he takes my extensions out, I can only ever see my hair when it's kind of like greasy and not styled, which obviously no one's hair really looks good in that condition. So I'm curious to see what it's going to look like once he trims it, styles it. So yeah, I probably am going to hate it for the first couple of weeks. Like I'm literally not going to want to leave the house. But everybody said that to me. Everybody says the first like week, 2 weeks is the worst. But then after that you do get used to it. Because it's also just like, I've just been so used to feeling this amount of hair on my head for like almost a year now. I got my extensions in September last year. So I think the first like couple of weeks without them, my hair is going to feel non-existent. Like it's literally going to feel so thin. But obviously I've got to remember that I'm comparing it to this amount of hair, which is a lot of hair. I think this is like 18 inches and it's obviously very thick. So yeah, it's gonna take a bit of getting used to. I'm a little nervous, but we'll be fine. I'll take you along on the journey. I might vlog it actually. That might be my next video. I might just put it in a little bit of a weekly vlog or a day in my life just getting the extensions out, because I know that a lot of people are interested. I mean, like when I put it on my story on Instagram, I've not had so many messages from so many people about a topic in a long time. Like so many of you were so helpful, recommending me different products, what to do, and just reassuring me that it'll be all good. So thanks for that if you did message me. But I'm gonna get into the questions now. I just wanted to have like a girly chat basically. So I feel like my like socials are very like quite private. Like a lot of the things I post are very much just fitness related, so I feel like I'm not the kind of person like influencer to be asked like really juicy questions, because I feel like my life is just not that juicy. I don't really have any beef, there's no tea, so don't expect this video to be full of tea because it's not gonna be. It's just gonna be girly chats, you know some influencers where like they get asked so many juicy questions because their life is kind of like controversial. That's not me. I'm gonna just try and answer like the most asked questions. I think I get asked this question quite a lot, so I'm gonna answer this as the first one. Someone said, how to grow your social media page and how to find your niche. I feel like a lot of girlies are trying to like get into the whole fitness, not even fitness, but maybe like content creation field side of things, and a lot of people want tips on that. So I'm going to give you my top 3 tips, I think, just like my main tips, but I'm just going to tell you what I'm going in with first. I don't usually go in with a primer, by the way. I don't think it makes a difference, so I'm going to go straight in with this new foundation that I got in Sephora the other day. It's the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Foundation. I really love it. If you're wanting kind of like a dewy, quite lightweight foundation, this is amazing. This is actually the first skin based product that I've bought from Mario, and I'm really impressed. I've been using it on all of my shoots over the past couple of weeks, and yeah, it literally just makes your skin so nice and glowy. And then I'm using my Kylie Cosmetics brush. What brush is this? 01. It's such a good like foundation buffer brush. So tips on how to grow on social media. My first tip, which is going to seem so obvious and like I feel like everybody says this, but it is true, and it is to stay consistent. And this means even through like rough patches of no growth, like you're not seeing any changes, still keep staying consistent. Like still keep posting. Don't get disheartened if your posts are not doing well. Like I know that's so much easier said than done. Like everybody feels disheartened if a post isn't doing well, like I do as well, especially if you put a lot of work into it. But just honestly keep posting. Like as difficult as it can be at times, the more consistent you are, that's where the growth is going to come, because it can only take like one video sometimes for people to like blow up. So keep consistent, and as you said in the question, how to find your niche, I would try and find your niche, which is kind of like something that sets you apart from other people, other creators. Obviously you don't want to be copying other creators and having the exact same content as them, even if they've got good content. Like people follow you for being you and posting content that's different. Nobody's going to want to follow 2 people that are doing the exact same content. So honestly, just post content that you enjoy. That would be another point that I would say. There's no point making content that you're not even enjoying creating, because then it's just not sustainable. You're not going to be able to do it for a long period of time. So whatever content you enjoy creating, do that, whether that be fitness, makeup, lifestyle kind of things, like whatever you enjoy, stick at it and be consistent. And also be patient as well, because growth takes a lot of time. Most of the time it's quite rare that somebody will just blow up and then there they have it, that's their career. Like I've been doing social media now for like 4 years. It honestly takes a long time usually, especially if you want like sustainable growth instead of just like going viral and having a non-engaging community. Doing it over a longer period of time and building up that community is really important. So yeah, be patient. The growth will come, but as I said, it comes alongside with a lot of things like being consistent. I keep saying it, but it is really important. The concealer I'm going to go in with is the NARS Creamy Concealer. This is in the shade Custard. I love this concealer so much. Someone said, do you plan on having children? So I feel like I am a bit too young to like comment on this. Like I'm 21, and like whenever people talk about like kids and stuff, I just don't really, you know, get excited about it. Like I'm not like, oh my god, I can't wait to have kids, because I really don't feel like that. I'm very far off from wanting to have kids if I want them. I feel like it would definitely be nice to have them, but I'm not like set on having them, if you know what I mean. I feel like I would enjoy my life perfectly fine without having kids, but if I was to have them later on down the line, I'm sure that I would be happy about it. I just feel like I can't like fully get into the mindset of like wanting to have kids and be happy to thinking about being happy about having kids, obviously because I'm so young. I think my mindset will probably change as I get older, but it's just not in my plans in the near future at all. Like I'd maybe even give it like 10 years. I think it's a bit hard to comment on. I would love to be obviously as financially stable as possible, in a house. I don't even know where I'll be living, but yeah, it's just not on my radar at all. Like I feel like my career is just taking off. Like it's only just started for me, and I have so many amazing opportunities coming in the next year and things like that, and I just feel like stuff like that wouldn't be possible if I had kids. So yeah, maybe not. I'm not like a yes or an absolutely no kind of person. I'm just like in the middle, to be honest, which I feel like a lot of people are at my age. I think it's normal to definitely be indecisive about the situation of having kids. Like, how is somebody at 21 really meant to know if they 100% want kids or don't want kids? I don't know. I feel like it's just a very hard question to answer because you don't know where you're going to be in 5-10 years time, what you're doing, who you're going to be with, all of this stuff. So yeah, I'm definitely down the middle with it, but Anton 100% wants kids. So we'll see about that one. This is actually a really good question. Someone says, how have friendships / people changed toward you since blowing up on socials? So I feel like I kind of started, like, I wouldn't really say blowing up, but like getting bigger on socials kind of like whilst I was in college, like towards the end of being in college, which is obviously kind of difficult, being around people that just kind of obviously don't do that kind of thing. Like, nobody else was really doing content creation. I definitely had some like comments about it, people saying things, but honestly, I'm just the kind of person, I don't really give a fuck, so you can say what you want. But I would definitely say that now my friendship group is so small. I wouldn't even really say I have a friendship group because all of my friends are kind of like, not that they're not friends with each other, but it's not like a group where we all do things together. Like, I'll do things with different people at different points, if you know what I mean. So I just have separate friends, which I do really like, but also my circle is very small. Like, I could count on one hand the amount of like close friends that I have and people that I can trust. And a lot of people might find that like quite lonely and, you know, a bit sad, but to me it's not. I'm just the most independent person ever, that I feel like I don't need to be with friends and I don't need to be with people all the time. I genuinely love being in my own company, doing things on my own, but like a couple of days with one person or a couple of people is enough. Like, even one day, to be honest. Like, I'm glad to go home after a day of spending time with friends and then being on my own. I feel like that's definitely come also as I've matured. Like, I never really used to think like that. I used to be able to like spend loads of time with people and friends, but now that I obviously live on my own, I'm used to being on my own a lot of the time. So like, I crave being alone. I feel like it can turn people one of two ways. Like, living on your own, it can make you feel really lonely and like you need to hang out with people even more, or it can just make you crave that alone time even more, like when you're with other people. And I feel like that one is definitely me. I just love spending time alone. And you said, how have people changed since like blowing up, like getting bigger on social media? And I would say that I definitely can see when somebody is wanting to spend time with me or do things with me for the certain reason that I have followers. Like, I feel like I'm a very self-aware person, that I can see that I wouldn't really allow myself to have any friends that are like that. But when somebody is doing that, I can see it straight away and I will just not really give them the time of day and I won't like make the effort with that person because I just don't like that kind of shit. Like, I don't like fake people. Like, I just can't do it. I'm sorry. I just can't. And I feel like if I'm feeling a certain way about someone or like some type of situation, like, I can't hide it. It's all over my face. Yeah, like, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm just very straight to the point in that kind of sense. So yeah, nobody in my life is gonna be with me for that reason. So let's just put it that way. And for the bronzer, it was the Refi cream bronzer in the shade Tan. I really love it. I feel like it's nice. It's just a nice colour for my skin tone. And you don't need a lot either. I literally just patted it on my cheeks a little bit and that's what it looks like. I'm now going to go in with the Refi cream blush. This is in the shade Cherry. I actually really love this shade. I've tried like peachy and really pinky ones, but I don't know, there's something about like quite a dark reddy pinky blush that I just think looks really nice. Like, that's just unreal. I just think it suits me a bit more. I think it's like with my dark hair and things that like a darker blusher just looks so nice. It just pops a lot more. I feel like because my eyes are green as well, like darker colours just make it pop more. Someone also said, any rude influencers you've met, anonymous story time. I feel like I can't tell this story time because it will be obvious like what kind of situation and when it was, but yes, I've definitely met a few rude people in the industry. I feel like that's just bound to happen. Like, I just feel like all people in this industry have a story about someone or something happening. It's just quite normal, which is really like sad and annoying, like that not everybody is just nice. But I'm obviously not going to say who it is because yeah, I'm not about I'm not about to have tea with anyone. Long story short, yes, I have met rude influencers, and do you know what you've got to do? You just got to ignore it, not even really acknowledge it, and just move on like it's not my problem. If you're gonna be, they weren't like directly rude to me, but you know, when somebody's just rude in general, like to others, which I hate even more. Like I would rather the person be rude to me than be rude to other people, because I just think it's so cringe. That's like going to a restaurant and like the person you're with is rude to the waiter. I would actually get up and leave. Like if somebody was rude to the waiter, absolutely not on my watch. I'm gonna also just do a little bit of a quick contour of my nose with that Refi cream bronzer. Sorry, I feel like a lot of these questions are about being an influencer, but I also feel like people quite like those questions. Like I personally like watching videos where people talk about like this kind of job, like their opinion on it, their experience on it. So I'm gonna just answer another one. Best and worst things about being an influencer. On social media, a lot of people can make being an influencer, content creator, whatever you want to call it, look like so glamorous and like amazing, which it is, but it obviously, like any job, it does have downsides. I would say the main downsides are that you are obviously putting yourself out there online. Like you're gonna get opinions, you're gonna get comments, like it can't be helped. People will be people online and there's nothing you can do about it. But I would say that that is probably the worst part, that like you just have so many opinions from so many different people that it can be a bit overwhelming if you do let it affect you. But I feel like I'm the kind of person that like, I don't really care about a random nobody making a comment about me, but I know that a lot of people do struggle with that sense of judgment from so many people. So I would definitely say that's the worst part, but the upsides and the good things about this job definitely outweigh the bad things. Like getting to meet you guys in person like I did last week, being able to connect with so many people online, being able to share like my knowledge with people online as well is crazy. Like I feel like the amount of people that told me last weekend, it actually made me quite emotional, which is kind of rare, that people was telling me that I have like given them so much of their knowledge that they have today, and I've just helped them so much in the gym. And it genuinely, I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like that just actually means so much to me when people say that the things that I have told you online and on my YouTube channel and stuff has actually helped you in your fitness journey. That honestly means the most. Like to be able to kind of like so easily spread information that's helpful just by making a video is a really great thing I think about social media. And so many people can learn so many things on social media. I even learn everything I know about my fitness journey and everything through social media. I've never had a PT, I've never had a coach, so everything I have learned has been self-taught, and I would say 90% majority through social media, which is obviously a big upside to it. I've just put the Refi highlighter on my hand, and I'm just going to dab my beauty blender in that and put it on my cheeks. But yeah, I absolutely love this job, and I'm more than grateful to be able to do this full time. Like I know that everybody says this, but I never ever thought that I would be able to do this job full time, honestly. Every single day that I wake up and I'm able to do it, I just feel so grateful that it's my life. And like obviously I've worked so hard to get to where I am right now. It's not just like happened just like that, but when I actually deep it and sit down and I'm like, wow, I actually do this for my job, it just makes me feel so grateful. I don't often like sit down and think to myself like, oh, like I'm proud of you for doing that, like about myself. But if I do ever have one of those moments, I'm like, wow, you did that. Do you know what I mean? And I have put a lot of work into my content, a lot of work and a lot of time into the content that I create and into growing the socials that I have today. Even though there's so much more growth that I want to do over the years, obviously I want to grow a lot more, but it is nice to just, you know, take a seat and acknowledge what you have achieved so far. And this goes for any job. You're always going to want to reach that next milestone, and I feel like nothing that you ever achieve will ever be enough, because once you achieve that one thing, you want to go to the next thing. But every once in a while it is really important to just acknowledge what you have achieved and just tell yourself that you're proud of yourself for what you have achieved. I had a lot of questions about contraception because I have spoken about it a little bit over the past week on my Instagram, but I know that I talk about it all the time, but I have an Aura ring which basically tracks my cycle. So I'm using like a natural method for contraception. Like I don't use any external other things for contraception, if you know what I mean. And I'm not telling everybody to do this because obviously this might not work for everyone, but this is just personally what I do, and I know that I get asked a lot about it, so I want to tell you guys. But I came off the IUD like last March, and honestly I didn't really have many problems on it. I just wanted to be on nothing. Like I wanted to have nothing external like in my body, like changing my hormones and, you know, just something in my body that's not really meant to be in your body. I just wanted, and obviously it's a bit different for me as well because I am in like a long-term relationship, so obviously Anton is like going to be just super supportive of like everything I do. I can see how it can be a little bit different if you are single and maybe wanting to like explore things and, you know, people. It can be, I can see how it can be a little bit hard being on no contraception, and like a lot of people would not feel comfortable being on zero contraception in that kind of circumstance. Like I say, it's not for everyone. This is just personally what I have done. But if you are in the position to kind of, you know, not be on contraception, like you don't actually have to be on it, I would recommend coming off it, obviously other than for like medical reasons, but if you had to be on it. But as I said, if you can come off it, I definitely would, because it's not the healthiest thing to have something external like that in your body, changing your hormones, and it can kind of like fuck you up in the long term as well. I'm not really sure about other forms of contraception, but I know that the pill can definitely like fuck you up quite a bit, to be honest. I've heard that it can make, this is not confirmed, but I've just heard this, I've heard it can make you like less fertile in the long term, and yeah, it's just not very good, to be honest. Yeah, I'm personally loving not being on anything. My Aura ring connects with an app called Natural Cycles, which basically tracks my temperature every single day. It tells me when I'm due on my period, when I'm ovulating, when I'm in a certain phase of my cycle, everything like that, and it is really accurate now. Obviously I've been on it for like over a year, and it takes a few months to kind of like get accurate, so you need quite a lot of readings, but now for me it's very accurate, pretty spot on, to be honest, and that is what I use as contraception, and so far it's worked. So yeah, that's what I am currently doing. I personally didn't have like loads and loads of side effects of being on contraception. I know that a lot of people can really feel the effects of contraception, but I personally didn't, and I feel like when I came off it I also didn't notice like a huge shift in how I felt. But this is like personal, this is so different person to person. Some people will notice a big difference coming off of contraception and the same as going on it, but I just feel like I wasn't that affected by the pill and the IUD and things. I just obviously have the perks of now being in the exact stages of my cycle, knowing that it's real, because when you're on the pill, for example, the bleed that you get every month is not a real period. So like I feel like everything is just like blanketed, it's just like covered, it's not actually your real cycle. So it's nice to know that the cycle that I do have now is real, like it's mine, it's not being controlled by anything external changing my hormones. It's just nice to have that peace of mind. I'm going to use the Rare Beauty powder blush. I really love this. I got this in Sephora when we were in Marbella. Really like it. This is in the shade Happy. It just literally gives like blush and a highlighter in one. Like, oh, it just looks so nice. It's like iridescent. Somebody said, are you moving out with Anton? So Anton has actually just finished uni. He has been at uni for the last 3 years. We've been together like nearly 5 years now. So to be honest, majority of our relationship has been him at uni. So it's definitely going to be like a big change for us, him coming back to not being at uni anymore. But I think he's gonna go between my house and his house at home, like back where we live at home. Also depends where he gets a job in September as well, but he's hoping to get one around Manchester, and then he probably will move in with me. But I'll keep you guys updated on that, because the YouTube and just my whole flat in general is gonna have a different vibe if my man is living in my house, because it's very girly vibes and it's definitely gonna stay like that, so he's just gonna have to put up with it, to be honest. I'm using my HMB powder bronzer, best bronzer ever. I'm just going to put a little bit on my forehead, bottom of my nose, and my chin. Okay, base. The base is kind of slaying. I kind of did that. I'm now going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I really like this setting spray. I don't know if they actually do anything, but I like it. Somebody said current favourite beauty products. Ooh. You know what? I haven't actually been using like many products at the moment where I'm like, wow, And I don't know, I don't really test out like new products that much. I just like what I like. The only couple of new products that I've got recently is the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette, and then the Makeup by Mario foundation. Again, really like this foundation, but it is expensive. I'm not sure if it is worth it. You could definitely get one like this for cheaper. And then with this palette, I do like this palette, like it's literally got the perfect neutral colours, but I don't know if it's just me, but when I put it on, it's a little bit patchy. I don't know. So I don't think I can recommend that. I don't know what else I'd recommend to you guys, you know? Do you know what? Actually, this is sitting right next to me and I absolutely love this. This is a dry oil. This is from Nukes. I don't really know how you say it. I use this on set, like for shoots all the time. I absolutely love it. I use it on nights out as well. It acts as like a perfume as well. It actually smells unreal. But it's like the perfect oil. It doesn't look too greasy. As I said, it's a dry oil, so it just looks unreal. I got it as a present for my birthday last year and I love it. Okay, I'm now gonna do my brows. I'm gonna use my like 7-year-old Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown. Please just tell me to throw this away. I always have to wet the brush because the dip brow is just so set in there. It's just so old, but it still does its job. So I'm not going to get rid of it. I do have my eyebrows microbladed, so I only need to just go over them quite like thin. It's just like once I put the foundation on and stuff, my eyebrows just kind of like get lost a little bit. That is one eyebrow done. Do you know what is actually one of my current favourite beauty products? It's going to be the Laneige lip balms. I recently got like the actual lip balm that is not the pot, so like you can just put it straight onto your lips. I absolutely love that for the daytime, and then I use the sleeping mask when I go to bed, and it's literally the best lip balm I've ever used. My lips honestly stay moisturised for so long and it just makes them look unreal. I highly recommend it. I'm pretty sure it's a Korean skincare brand, and you know what everybody says about Korean skincare, it's literally meant to be like the best. But that is my eyebrows all like drawn on. What I do now is just going with the Refi brow tint in medium brown. This is actually so disgusting. It just adds a little bit of like tint at the same time as lifting them. Okay, I'm now going to go into my eyes. I'm going to use this Makeup by Mario palette that I mentioned earlier. Let me just find a question to answer before I get into it. A lot of people asking about what I do for hair removal. Like, I don't know why, I'm not sure why, but if you didn't know, I get laser, which honestly, one of the best decisions I ever made, ever. I have been getting laser now for about 1.5 years, like quite a while, and I would honestly recommend it to everyone. You don't have to shave, and like even when you don't shave, you don't even have like, I'm just going to show you my underarms, quick sec. Like you don't even have like the hair follicles underneath, obviously because it's been lasered like from underneath. So it's just like so smooth. Honestly the best thing ever, especially as a gym girl. And like when you go on holiday and stuff, it's literally the biggest lifesaver ever. It's quite expensive, but I would honestly say it's like an investment worth your money. For my eyes, by the way, I'm literally just going in with these 3 shades here just to like go in my crease, and then I'm gonna get this brush that I use for my brows and go into this darker brown here and just do a little bit of a wing. Just a really soft wing. And then I'm just going to use that bigger brush and just buff it out a little bit so it's not as obvious. And that is the eye makeup. Super simple. This is like kind of, this is not even my everyday makeup, to be honest. I wouldn't really wear this on like a daily basis. This is just kind of like my holy grail makeup routine for like shoots. Obviously still with the shoots that I do, obviously it's like fitness shoots, so I still want my makeup to look quite natural and just nice and glowy, so this is the go-to makeup that I do. This is the go-to makeup I would do, to be honest, for like a night out as well. Like I wouldn't really be caking it on for a night out. I just don't think I really suit that kind of look. The only thing that I would change is I would just put some false lashes on, some like really natural ones. I use these, I'm pretty sure I literally just got these off Amazon. But these are what I would change if I was making this from like a day to night look. But as I said, we are going into town today and I'm going to get some content. So this is why I'm doing this makeup, and obviously for this video as well, to give you guys a little bit of a tutorial. But I'm really going to try and get some more like fashion content because it's something that I also really enjoy creating, and I feel like I don't share enough about it. Like, as much as I love fitness, I want to have like a good balance between fitnessy kind of content and also like lifestyle-y, beauty kind of things, because that's just personally what I really enjoy other than the gym. So I'm really going to try and showcase a little bit more of that in my content. I'm now going to go in with my Holy Grail mascara. I actually need to pick up a new one of these. I might do that in town today. But this is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. It's unreal. It's never failed me. I've used it for years. It's just so good. But sorry, I'm just going to go back onto the topic of hair. I know that I mentioned it at the start of this video, but if anybody has any products or things that they have done and used that has grown their hair, like honestly, some like life-changing products, please let me know. Let me show you what I bought the other day actually. When I was in town, I wanted to like pick up something for hair growth, like I wanted to pick up something for my scalp. Obviously hair growth mainly comes from a scalp. Hold on, I'm just going to do my mascara. Alright, mascara is done. I just want to show you guys this product. So, when I was in town the other day, I was looking for like oils, things like that, and I was speaking to this lady in Harvey Nichols, and she basically recommended me this. I don't know if you can see that. It's from a brand called Type Beer. I don't really know how you say that. But it's basically, it sounds quite silly, but it's basically a collab with Rita Ora. I know. But it's an overnight boosting peptide. It's a leave-in scalp serum. It's not an oil, so you don't have to like wash it out. You just leave it in every night overnight, and it doesn't make your scalp greasy. And apparently it was all sold out in the store. Apparently it's unreal for hair growth, and like people have seen amazing hair growth from it. So I got it, and I mean I've only been using it like a week, and obviously until I get my extensions out I can't even really see the progression in my hair growth. But the more that I keep using this, the more I will let you know how I get on with it, if it's worth the money. I think it was like £30, so obviously it's not too bad. Some like scalp serums can be very, very expensive. So yeah, you get a lot of product in here as well, so I'll keep you updated with that. I'm now going to go in with lips. I'm going to use the Refi Lip Sculpt. This is like my favourite lip liner ever. It honestly lasts me like all day. This is in the shade for Taupe.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, greenies. Hey, fancy seeing you
We're
here.
just talking about you.
Fancy seeing you here, greenies. I've just been to the gym and got a massive pump.
Is it good?
Yeah.
This is actually in the shade Fawn, not Taupe, by the way. What are you doing? Go away. This is for the
I need to
girlies.
make lunch.
This is for the girlies.
The girlies.
Can we have dinner in town? Please.
Alright, well.
I'm ready in like 10 minutes. Can we not
Greenies are watching.
Can we not just get dinner in town?
No, thank you.
Why?
Because I really want to make tacos and then I can post it for the greenies to see.
I don't even know if the greenies follow you.
I think like 2 of them do.
That's not worth it. That colour of the lip liner is just the perfect shade. And then what I like to do is go in with the Kylie Cosmetics, I think this is the matte liquid lip, yeah, in Candy K. That's literally such a throwback. I feel like these lip kits in general are just such a throwback. Like it takes me back to like 2016 King Kylie era. But I just feel like them two together is the perfect like pinky brownie colour match. I love it. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to put a gloss on just because, I don't know, I feel like a gloss is kind of like nighttime vibes. And obviously I'm only going into town. Okay, I'm going to finish on this question, I think. Biggest turn-ons and turn-offs, not sexual, but in friendships and people in general. Okay, I'd probably say that my biggest turn-offs would be, as I kind of said earlier, somebody that is fake. I feel like I can just see through fake people straight away and I can't stand it. And also when people kind of like switch up their behaviour around other people and they act like really different around other people. Obviously everybody acts different around different people depending on like the personalities, but I mean like, you know, when some people just start acting so like weird and off around certain people to kind of like impress them, I hate that. It cringes me out so much. Obviously this is friendship wise, but that applies to like relationship wise too. Like if my boyfriend was doing that, I'd be like, what the hell are you doing? And then biggest turn-ons would probably just be somebody that like is low maintenance. I feel like that would also be a turn off in a friendship too, is somebody that's needy, like always wanting to see me, always wanting to do things. Like I'd be like, no, please leave me alone. I just love like chill people, chill friends that like there's no pressure to hang out. It's just kind of like a last minute, want to do this, want to do that. Like I just like that, where it's just chill, you don't need to see each other all the time. And also somebody that actually like cares, if you know what I mean. I feel like a lot of times sometimes when you talk to certain people, you're talking about something, a certain something, and you can just tell they're not listening. You can tell it's just going in one ear, out the other ear. And like I really, really appreciate a friend that actually listens, actually cares, and you know, like takes in what you're saying instead of just like pretending like they're listening. I just think that's so rude. Okay, I'm gonna finish on this question because I have like a new one. So someone said, go to going out drink. Adiola actually introduced me to this drink. If you've never tried it before, Di Serrano cranberry. It's unreal. Obviously if you don't like cranberry juice, you're not gonna like it. But obviously Di Serrano is like really sweet, it's like marzipan-y, and then with the cranberry juice, which is again sweet, it's just so nice. I feel like vodka and like tequila, I can always just taste it in the drinks. Like if it's with a Coke, I can just always taste it and I'm just like, this is just not nice. Di Serrano cranberry, however, unreal. If you've not tried it before, try it, because it's also obviously cranberry juice is not fizzy, so it doesn't really make you feel bloated. I feel like Coke and like Sprite and things can make you feel quite bloated. Cranberry juice, no. And it's also good for keeping the UTIs at bay, so you're just killing two birds with one stone. Absolutely love it, it's so nice. And obviously a lychee martini as well, but I feel like that's more of like a restaurant dinner drink instead of a going out clubbing bar kind of drink. You wouldn't really order a lychee martini in a club. Okay, I'm gonna answer one more. What goals do you have moving forward with your job / career? I feel like a lot of the goals that I had and have are like coming true, which is obviously such a dream come true, and I will be able to share it with you so soon, I promise. There's something that's in the works for like next year, so obviously I won't be able to tell you that for a long while, but there's a couple of things coming in the next month, so I'm really, really excited to share those with you. Yeah, these things that are happening have been like on my vision board for a long time, even like not even career wise but personal life wise. They are happening either this year or next year, and I'm just so grateful to be able to do the things that I'm doing and obviously have you guys like alongside me. Without your support, like none of it would be possible. So yeah, I'm gonna bring this video to a close. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see more like this, like sit down chatty videos. And as I said, this is kind of like my go-to makeup at the moment. I feel like I've like said most of the products. The only thing I actually don't think I said was the powder that I used, which is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake powder, setting powder in Sugar Cookie. Love it so much. Honestly, I will stay matte all day. If you have any questions, then just leave them below. Again, if you have any hair products or anything, help a girl out please, and let me know in the comments products you love and have worked for you. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Bye!